Yes, people, welcome to another edition of the ManDem United podcast on Sarcasm City TV, hosted by myself, Flawless Mr. Take Note. I'm not joined by my fellow co-host JV, but large up JV every time. That's my brother. But I am joined by my Don, one of the Sarcasm City generals also, so that's why he is on the show. That being said, even if he wasn't a Sarcasm City general, he would have been on the show anyway, but he's just showing his support. If you've seen last week's Q&A, well, the one on Sunday, you would have seen him on there. So welcoming my Don Deviant to the show. So first and foremost, Deviant, what are you saying? You good?
Yeah, man, I'm good. Big up for that. Nice, respectable intro. Like everyone says, you the king of intros, innit? And you did me justice. That I like that.
Yeah, man, it's only right, man. When people come over to Sarcasm City TV, I gotta give you the correct intro. Like, it's a big deal, innit? Because man just doesn't have anybody on here as a guest. You get what I'm saying? And like, man's selective with it. If we're not dons and you're not good at what you do, it's like I'm not gonna have you on here. So this is why I take time and energy into giving people the correct intro. Roll out the red carpet, man. You know what I'm saying? And it's like the Grammys. You know what I'm saying? Like the Mobos, whatever award, the Oscars, whatever award show you want to bring it to. So yeah, man, it's a big deal. So yeah, man, welcoming Deviant to the show, people. Like I said, he's a member. He's a Sarcasm City general. So that's why, and he picked this show as the one he wanted to come on in it. I ain't gonna lie, I'm surprised you didn't pick another show still. You know what I'm saying? And not to jump on.
Well. Why? What show would you think I would jump on?
You know what? That means I didn't think of it. You know what? Just as a United fan, I would just, maybe it's because of just the arsehole I am. As a United fan, if I'm a general, I'm just picking the non-United show just to go and troll another team, just to troll another team. And like, man, I'd go and get out of City, gonna talk. Obviously, you've been on the Q&A, maybe Agenda FC to get one of my agendas across or something like that in it. I wouldn't pick. But that goes to show Deviant is just like a cool, calm, you get me, respectable guy where I'm just, you get me, just the dickhead at times. Yeah, because that's what crossed my mind.
Oh, no, you know I can be an asshole.
That's true. That is true.
Come on the ManDem United podcast and just talk United.
Yeah, talk United with the ManDem. But yeah, man, love to Deviant for jumping on. And you already know, like I say to every when I start every single show, make sure people write as a fake JV in the comments, you know. Freak, you know.
Already.
2 minutes in, man.
Accounts.
Yeah, the mods are on job though. Salute to the mods being on job for that. But you lot already know you already know how I start each and every show on here. Love to everybody who's supporting, because without you lot, we literally would just be talking to ourselves. So big up everyone who's supporting, whether you're a regular watcher, whether you watch occasionally, it's much, much, much appreciated. But whether you watch regular or you're an occasional watcher, subscribe to the channel, Sarcasm City TV, hit the notification bell when you do so, when you get notified, because we go live every day, people. We go live every day. And whether you're new or whether you're regular, hit the like button. Make sure you hit the like button right now. Let's get the likes up on the video. Make sure you share it across all the socials. And again, subscribe to the channel. If you're watching via the Twitter, make sure you retweet the tweet, like the tweet, follow myself at That's Me Flawless and Sarcasm_City. And Facebook again. If you're on Facebook, you lot, any of you lot who are watching live or watching back, or whether you're listening on one of the audio platforms, if you are on Facebook, make sure you like the Sarcasm City TV page. And of course, before we get to the show, we will go through some of the comments. Marlon says, yo, big up the ManDem, big up to Marlon. Big up NB, who says big up the chat as well. Shout out to my guy NB. You know what I'm saying? He got me in trouble yesterday, but we move. Big up the most hardworking man on the planet, a living legend that is Flawless gang shit. You know what it is. Salute to NB for that. Love for that.
Yeah, NB was over on Jan's.
He was on Jan's thing.
Ryan.
Yeah. Shout out. Love to Yan City and shout out my Don Ryan in it. Make sure you subscribe to Yan City ENT also, people. Malcolm says big up the ManDem. He also says like the video and subscribe to the channel. MB also says go like up the vid, share it on all the socials, join the membership, well worth it. Go check out Sarcasm City on SoundCloud, Spotify, and iTunes. Links in the description. Facts underneath the video, you have the Sarcasm City TV membership. So if you want to join that, and also all the links to all the audio platforms, SoundCloud, Spotify, and iTunes. Big up Malek, who says big up Flawless. Mezway says big up. Canada Devil says big up Flawless G, big up to you. There we go. Big up my Don Ryan, who we were just talking about. Said big up my guys Flawless and Deviant. Big up Lee, man. Salute. Wagwan, my G, good evening. United Crazy Different. Mali says, kind of devil says, how boring is your life to be making fake accounts? And they're everywhere, you know. They're everywhere. Like, it's not just here, they are everywhere.
2 minutes in, not even like, they even get a bit of conversation going and start talking. They're like 2 minutes in, and these fake guys like, yeah.
It is. Yeah. We're going to get into this as well. What's popping? Ollie getting paid well for 3 more years. We're going to get into that. Dante says, no trophy. This wallet is still getting a contract. Big up you, man. Big up to you. Ryan says, man, like NB with the messy face. See, this is why
let's not. I was hoping that there wouldn't be any allusion, not even a slight allusion to a little slip and fall, maybe. None of that, but no. 5 minutes in.
I'm not even going into that because she's still mad at me still. And MB is actually the best mod I've ever seen. Yeah, MB putting you lot to shame. You know what I'm saying?
MB is always on. When I come on, like to go through the comments, I always see MB's comments. Like he's always like at regular intervals as well in between it, like saying, you know, like and share the video, subscribe. Like he's always on point. Always
big up MB. Solomon says here, you don't know how much you're helping people with your content due to these hard times. Love from Manchester. Oh, big up, man, Solomon. Appreciate that, man. That's love for that, because you're not the first person to say that, so I appreciate it. And even if it's one person we're helping providing this content during these tough times, then that's good, because that's what we're here for. As much as we're here to joke around, it could take your mind off whatever situation you have going on. And yo, better times are coming, and I say that to everybody. Better times are coming. Lockdown will be easing. Whether I seen a tweet when someone was like, they're saying lockdown's going to October. Well, respectfully, I'm saying mine's done in April, and I'm in that boat. You know what I'm saying? Respectfully, my lockdown is over in April. What are you saying, though, Deviant? Are you blessed? How's lockdown been for you before we actually get into the footballing side of things?
Well, the first one was rough. I was working for an agency at the warehouse where I now work permanently. But when they first started furloughing people, they just chopped all the agency staff. So I had to go back to the agency, like, where are you going to put me, whatever. I was like, bit of shit in and out for a couple of weeks. And I got back in that place, got permanent there. And I stayed in work until February. And then I got furloughed for 3 weeks. And then it got extended. And it's been extended again at the start of this week. Till the 16th of April. So, do you know what? It's mad, because I always thought that if I got furloughed, I'd think, you know what I mean, I'm going to just chill around and get paid for doing nothing. But I'm annoyed because going to work was pretty much the only thing I was doing. I was going to work, like I was going out for walks and stuff, but the only thing that I was actually doing was going to work and working nights. Like, I was used to put these shows on when you was doing late night lives. I just have it on working on the live.
Yeah,
it was like with these, like 1 o'clock in the morning. There's no one around. Like I put my headphones. It is what it is. Like no one cares. But being on film, you know what I mean? It's a bit shit, but I'm dealing with it, and hopefully I get back to it. I'm just spending more time going out, and I do get to see more shows and stuff. I get to watch more TV, and I get to like watch more of the podcast now, which I was missing. Like going bed at 12, 1 in the afternoon, getting up at 8. I was missing the ManDem United podcast because they was 4 and 5.
Yeah. 4 and 5 and that. Nah, it's cool. Like I said, one thing I will say is now that you're on furlough, just make the best out of it you can in terms of like being creative, not even necessarily content. You know what I'm saying? Just get into something new. Like I said, one thing lockdown helped with me was probably without lockdown, all of these shows don't happen. Sarcasm City TV probably doesn't go the way it goes, or if it does, it doesn't go at the speed it's gone. Like the way this blew up expeditiously was mad. You know what I'm saying?
That's another thing as well. Like obviously, I was watching when you were just you and Tox, and the way that you have gone like strength to strength, building a ridiculously like catered for everyone platform, like superb, man. Proper top work. Like
appreciate that, man. Appreciate that, man. Love for that. And yeah, Deviant has, because I've known him a long time. And like I said, he was literally before we was even doing video, even before we was video and was audio only. And like Deviant was locked in when he was just audio and that. But yeah, like I said,
it was still funny as well. That was the thing. Like,
cracking jokes, man.
I don't watch podcasts. I don't really watch that many podcasts. I tried to watch my Foffer's one, but I've like sort of fell out of it. This is the only podcast that I regularly watch.
Love for that, man.
Down to the banter and just. You ain't out here spouting fakeness. I ain't never once thought, these men are talking bullshit. These men are saying fake shit.
Yeah, no.
Take how people respond in kind.
One thing about us is that we are 100% honest. You know what I'm saying? And that's one thing about us. Malcolm says, geez, Come on, Jay. You them way there, fam. Oh, you lot talking in between it. That's what I love as well. The community is built up in the comments and that. These be talking to each other. We got Glazes out, who says hit the like button. United says, who's making fake accounts? ManDem, fill me in. I have no idea who's making them. They're just everywhere though. Not just here. I see them everywhere. Here, Orange Channel, Saeed, Rants, Lewis, everywhere. And that. Like I said, I've been on shows with Aaron and a fake Aaron's popped up in the comments. And it's like he's on the show. James Redmond, yeah, I'm saying there's fake accounts everywhere, so I don't know who's making them. No idea. Emmanuel says all the way from the 6, United make me lose interest in football. Well, love yo, man's watching all the way from Canada, you know. Big up, big up. We're gonna get into the whole Ole contract, Europa League. We're gonna touch on all that. Don't worry, people, get the likes up. If Ole gets a contract, then just forget about next season. Says Malachi. Yancy said on the show in the intro that I'm a favorite YouTube person now. Sorry, bro. Yeah, see, she don't love me no more and that. How's it my fault,
man.
yo?
Don't.
Why do I get blamed, man? I got blamed for it like it was my fault, you know. And MB was cracking jokes and that. You know what I'm saying? She's probably somewhere in the cut. She about to cuss me out in the comments or message me or something. Yeah, so yo, Flawless, real, recognize real, my bro. If you are there, if a brother needs to chat, yeah, of course, man. And likewise, I'm there if any of you lot need to chat. 1,000,000%. Chris says, good evening from Cyprus. Yeah, you lot let us know where you're watching from. You stopped doing that because I forgot. So please let us know where you're watching from whilst we start the show. We want the city and the country as well. Taekwon says, facts, the realest podcast on YouTube. Trust me. Malcolm says, the fall of ManDem United is also a pandemic for us United fans. That's good.
Well, that's not even funny. Like, right, before we like proper get into it, like let me just say this. Like, I get a lot of shit. Well, I used to anyway when I was in school because I was born in London and I came up to Manchester when I was 4, and I picked my team when I was like between 4 and 5. So when people heard I was a United fan from London, there you go. It was like, oh, really? You ain't no proper fan. Listen, I moved up here. I didn't know about football, about teams or nothing until then. So I've been a fan since like 97, 98, and until obviously after Fergie left, it was a bit. Do you know what I mean? It was different, but until maybe 2 seasons ago, I was still following it. But after the last 2 seasons, I can't like. I'm watching the team, I'm thinking, like, yeah, it's tough. I'm watching the team, I'm thinking, like, it's like you've completely forgot who you were supposed to be, what the badge on your chest means. You play for United, you play at your best, you're supposed to be the cream of the crop. How are you running about like League 2 holding midfielders when you're getting paid £250,000 a week? So, yeah, I've sort of fell out of it over the past 2 seasons. I'm trying to get back into it.
You see how you sound there? Like, this really is therapy sessions. You sounded like my name's Deviant and I've been a Manchester United fan since I was 4 or 5 years old. Like, that's what United have done to man. Like, you sounded like, yo, innit? My name's Deviant. Been a United fan since 4 or 5 years old. Yeah, me. And then it was like, hi, Deviant.
I just want my team back.
Yeah, that's what it is. We all do. We all want it. It's peak, man. Wow. It's peak. We suffer, man. We do suffer. They got Robert Murray says Niagara Falls, Canada. Hey, NB, stop cracking jokes, man, innit? Because you're going to get me in more trouble. You need to relax, fam. Bangalore, India, you know. So we got Manchester, we've got India, we've got Cyprus. Yeah, man, love to you lot. Canada. United says therapy session for all of Man United, Canada as well. Yeah, man. Hi, Deviant. That's what it is, isn't it? You know what I'm saying? Big up, Lee. It's facts. It is. And then the rest of the people here who are non-United fans are here to just laugh at our pain. But anyway, let's get into the show and we'll start with you, Deviant. But as you can see, we'll start with the title. Is no Europa League success the end of the road for Ole? So is no Europa League success this season, is it the end of the road for Ole? So I want to get your opinion on it. And do you believe the board will sack him? So let me get your thoughts on both of those things.
Well, my opinion is I think if he gets knocked out, it depends on where. If he goes out next round against Granada, I think they'll strongly consider it. Like, if he went out against Granada, I'd sack him. Well, we would have sacked him anyway. That's not the point. But if he goes out against Granada, you sack him in it. Like, if it's a case of who's the potential next ones?
So we got Granada, and then we play the winner of Granada and Granada. We play the winner of Roma Ajax. That's who we play, the winner of Roma or Ajax.
Oh yeah, because I think that Ajax, if we get Ajax, I think they'll knock us out.
Yeah, you said this actually, because you said Ajax Arsenal final, if I remember correctly, on the Q&A.
Yeah, and it's not down to. Do you know what I mean? It's not down to. I don't mean I'm a United fan. It's not down to. Oh, I think we're gonna get beat like that. It's the form we're in, and Ajax. They're not a bad team. They're not like. Do you know what I mean? They're not a rubbish team. They can play well, and the last time we played them, do you know what I mean? It might not have been a win for them, but it wasn't a mauling. Like, I don't think the only team that we've mauled like that's in the thing now is Roma, which, you know, if we get Roma as well, I think they'll be looking at it like, right, all right, 7-1. Now we remember that. We don't want that. They'll fight back a lot harder for it.
Side note, you lot in the comments, sorry to cut you off, let us know if we played Roma since then, because I don't think we have.
Didn't we have one after that? Like, was it a second one?
Is it when that was? I think that was the second leg. But if I remember correctly, when we beat them 7-1, Ronaldo scored that very good header in the away leg in Rome. Remember the one when Scholes clipped it in, and when Scholes clips it in, Ronaldo's not even in the picture, and then he got up like a salmon. Yeah. When he come bursting into the box, let us know, people. I will check that, but let us know. But go on, carry on in regards to the semi-final, and then obviously your thoughts on Ole if he doesn't get Europa League success.
I think. Right, so I think the board is still going to back him. If he gets past Granada and then he goes out against Ajax or Roma or gets past them and goes to the final, I think the board will let him slide. But if it's against Granada, I think they'll strongly consider chopping him.
Okay, so you reckon it's more so on the quarterfinal. So the quarterfinal, if he goes out to Granada, you're saying they'll strongly consider sacking him. If he gets out, but all right, say he goes through another semi-final, the scenario you're talking about, and he loses to Ajax or Roma, that's a fifth semi-final. You telling me that's not a bigger mark on him than going out to Granada? Or it's just equally as bad? Which one do you see as worse?
It depends. I think it depends on the manner in which, if we lose, if we beat Granada, like, if it's a 0-0, it's a 0-0 draw and like we win a 1-0 and then we go to Ajax and get 3-0 at home and then 2-1 away, then they might go, oh yeah, you know, it's done. But if it's 1-1, go in there and then we go out 2-2 on away goals, maybe, then I don't know. I
have a think from this, calm. I get where you're going. I get you're trying to flesh out your thought process and thought pattern on it. And
yeah, I don't like.
That's cool.
I don't like what's it called? Just speaking on like without I've given a considered opinion where I can. Yeah. If someone says, "Oh yeah, well, why did you say that?" I can always say, "Well, I said that because of these things." Like, I always have reasons behind what I say. So yeah, in terms of, I think it's down to the manner. If we lose badly against Ajax, or I think if we lose against Granada in general, they're going to consider sacking him. If we lose badly against Ajax, they might consider it. If it's a 1 goal or an away goals thing, they might not. But
now I hear you. Okay, so that's your thoughts on what the board is. What are your thoughts on it? So if you're in charge, what would you do? So say for instance, he goes out. Give us all 3 scenarios. So he goes out to Granada. He goes out in the semi-final. He loses in the final. What do you do in those 3 scenarios? Do you keep him in charge? Would you sack him? I think I already know the answer, but you obviously have to explain to the people.
If he goes out in the quarters, it's done. Like,
I said it's done. I said that. I said, nah, it's done. Go
on. Again, I think we've pretty much wrote off the league. Like, it's not.
Oh yeah, the league's a wrap. Stick a fork in it. It's done. Like, take us off the grill. Yeah, it's a wrap.
All we've got is the Europa League now. So if you go out in the semis as well, even if it's marginal, if it's a 1 goal or away goals, I'm probably going to consider it given the thing. And I don't know. I think if I'd had like a full 8 hours sleep and good sex in the morning, I might give him a bye if he loses the final.
So It's on how your day's gone. So if your day goes bad, yeah, you're like, yeah.
The final, like, depends again in it, like, on the thing. But if he loses the final,
Here's the thing, though.
Final.
If he loses the final, your other half should be there for you. That's her job at that point. She should understand what is going on. You know what I'm saying? In that, am I lying? You know what I'm saying? She should be that guy. Not to be like this nigga.
What? No, we talking about football, man. We this isn't Sarcasm City. This is ManDem.
This is ManDem United, but you took it there, so you're like depending on what. So let's go down this road. You know who you're talking to. You know what I'm like. What I'm saying is that if Manchester United lose any form of final or another semi-final, because semi-finals are kind of like finals to us now, your other half should be there for you. If I have other half, I'm expecting her to be there for me if we lose. You know what I'm saying? A final and that. You should comfort me to the maximum point for at least the next two. If we lose the final, I think the finals are Wednesday. You should be there to me till at least Saturday. You know what I'm saying? At least. Actually, with all the trolling I do, and imagine we lose to Arsenal, she needs to be there to me till like probably pre-season.
Nah. If we lose to Arsenal, he's gone. Like, it doesn't matter if it was a 1 goal or whatever. If you lose to Arsenal, you can't do that. You can't
bounce back. Yeah.
Nah, you can't. United fan base has been giving the Arsenal fan base shit for so long that, like, they haven't got anything to. They might, if they nick a win over us, they might try and laud it. But we're like, yeah, you can laud it from 9th. You can't laud it over us.
Here's the thing, though. That swings. That whoever. So, say for instance, for example, we're going off on a tangent here. It is a United Arsenal final. Whoever wins that final swings the argument well in their way, because United Arsenal is the old rivalry. You know what I'm saying? You know, like in wrestlers, and you got them long story, right? Like over 10 years. You gotta understand, the United Arsenal rivalry goes back to the early 90s. People, like, there's literally, I think, is it like 91, 92? There's a 22-man bust up on the pitch between United and Arsenal. Like, people think it started with Vieira and Keane. Like, no, it didn't start with Vieira and Keane. It was before that. We're talking so long ago. Mark Hughes and Brian Robson were playing.
What's that?
Yeah, no stress, handle business. Literally, that's how long that rivalry has been going on for. You lot continue to get your questions in as well. Robert Morey says you haven't beaten Arsenal in 3 years. Yeah, but we'll beat them eventually. I'd take Arsenal, and I'd take Arsenal in the final. Ideally, not. I don't want to, but I think for social media, that'd be the best thing to happen. Like, the banter back and forth between the two would be absolutely exceptional. But yeah, as I was saying, people will understand that's long, and we haven't played them in a final since, I think they beat us in the FA Cup in like 2004. I think it was like Vieira's last game for them or something like that.
That long.
So yeah, something. Yeah, we haven't played them in the final. We played them obviously in the semi-finals, but again, that was when Cristiano Ronaldo was here. So you're talking 2007 times, and then they haven't been in the Champions League since. Aubameyang's never played a Champions League game for them.
Wow.
They haven't played in 5 years in the Champions League. So that being said, we're overdue one. Do I believe we both get to the final? No. I think United win it, but I think Arsenal will go out to Villarreal in the semi-final, and I want them to as well. People say Arteta's had our number this season, so it'd be nice to beat them in the final. I don't think he has. They beat us 1-0 and then drew 0-0. So I wouldn't say he's had his number. And this is all he was talking about. You know what I'm saying? And it's not hard to have his number.
Do you think, would you prefer Arsenal to go out to Villarreal or for us to beat them in the final?
Oh, us to beat them in the final. If you're asking me a preference, yeah, but I don't want to run the risk of losing to them in the final because that tanks my argument. Tanks my whole argument. I've got nothing. Obviously, I'll go down swinging, but they've got that over us, and to give them their first European trophy as well because they haven't got one.
Wow, yeah.
Well, then it's the flip side. If we beat them, it's the best of the best. If we lose, it's the worst of the worst. Losing to them in the Europa League final, and what I'm going to say is controversial, is worse than losing to Liverpool in a European final. And I hate Liverpool more. They're the number one up. What's your thought on that? I can see you thought processing what I'm saying. Think about what I'm saying. As bad as it would be losing to Liverpool, think about what it's like Arsenal. People call it the social media derby for a reason. That's what it is.
I know it's the social media derby, but Liverpool is the blood in it. Like,
yeah, definitely.
We didn't have the big rivalry with City in it. We went and picked it with Liverpool because the guys who were our noisy neighbours weren't so noisy in it. So we went and sort of stoked a fire with Liverpool. Had a whole rivalry with them for years, and then City popped up, and we were like,
see, there go Ranks is saying it. This is before our lifetime started in the 80s. Salute to everyone who's there. Go, I'm presuming you're older than me. If I'm wrong, correct me. But yeah, I know that the Arsenal United rivalry is long standing. Like, people just remember Keane and Vieira, and it's like, no, it happened before then and that. Yeah, it's an old right, and that's why I have literally my entire life we've been beefing them. Literally my entire life we have been beefing them.
I didn't, obviously, when I was younger and I was watching football, I didn't get it. I always seen it was Wenger and Fergie in it, like. But when I got older and I got old enough to, like, when I was seeing like football history and stuff like that, and seeing how it was, like, all right, fair enough, it's not just about the managers, because now United and Arsenal, I think in terms of United as a club, don't see Arsenal as a challenge. I don't mean this in a bad way, but it is what it is. They don't see him as a challenge, but they see him as a rival. I don't know if that makes sense.
I get your point. Like, they're still, even if they went down to League One, they're still a rival.
Yeah, like we see City and sometimes Liverpool as a challenge, whereas as well as your rivals, but Arsenal are just our rivals.
Yeah, it doesn't mean anything. It's just bragging rights. It doesn't mean anything in regards to the table. But at this point, it would be more, not only would it be the rivalry, it's also bragging rights. And it means so much if a trophy is on the line. That being said, I don't see both of us getting there. I think they get knocked out to Villarreal. I've said this. I think so. Big up Ronan in the cut. You lot get the likes up on the video. Keep subscribing to the channel. Sarcasm City TV. Ronan doesn't agree with me. He's saying, Arsenal are the worst of the world. I just know more Arsenal fans. That's me from a biased point of view. Me from a pet, like, I know what it's like. I'd be at it with Arsenal. Me and NB are duns. We always go at it every day. Get me? Since lockdown has started, me and him have been on air going back and forth. Me and Zane's another one. NB says, he has flawless. Beat you 2-1 at the Emirates when he first got the job. We won 1-0 at OT, the 0-0 at the Emirates. Arteta 3, Oli 0. I won't go as far to say he has his number, but that's me. See, they're going right. Yeah, go on, fam.
I wouldn't say that's 3-0 because that's counting a 0-0 draw as a win. He's not having his number, is it?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And you can say he's difficult to beat, yes, but
you can't say he's got over three games, a 1-0, a 2-1, and then a 0-0. That's not having his number, like, because if you look back, like we talk about Wenger Fergie, if you look down at Wenger Fergie Arsenal United games, there's probably somewhere it was, do you know what I mean, where it was 0-0 and 1-0. Do you know, it's close. It doesn't mean that obviously say Fergie had his number, but it doesn't mean that it was all his doing. And that's not 2-1, 1-0 and 0-0 isn't having his number. I don't believe that.
Yeah, it's like I don't put too much onto that the same way people was trying to put so much on the Oli and Pep thing, because Oli beat him. Did Oli beat him like the first 2 times they faced, or 3 times, or something crazy like that? It was he had a great record against him. He still has a good record against Pep, but I don't look into that. People won't try to tell me that Oli's better than Pep. I look at him like they're crazy. So yeah, what you're saying is, if we lose to Granada, he's got to go. Semi-finals. So say we lose to Ajax or Roma, would you want him gone?
Again, I feel like I'm on the fence, but I think it's down to the manner. Like, if you play well,
give us the manners. Yeah.
Like, if you play well and, like, it's just a case of, I don't know, maybe you play well and the keeper's just on form, innit? Like, he's got Inspector Gadget arms taking it out of the top bins and whatever. Like, if it's just one of them games where you just can't beat the keeper and they get a lucky fluke, or like a break where it's, breaks to someone and they just outpace them, there's not much you can do. But if they play like shit, concede an early goal and then deflate more, and it's fucking 2-0 with 2 golden missed chances before half time, sack him at half time.
Okay, I get your point. And all right, then what about the final? Is the same again? It's more about the manner, or are you just saying you got to a final? At least you got there. How are you looking at it?
I think it would a little bit on the manner, but like we've got to the if we get to the final, maybe we didn't think it was going to be that easy, and it's a 0-0 extra time. Someone nicks a goal. But I think if we got whooped, like if Ajax put 4 past us, like throw him in the bin.
All right, fair enough then. So you're looking quarterfinals, he's got to go, and in the semi-finals and the final, it's what's it called? It's more about the manner. I hear that. I'll let him ask Mohammed actually, and his name's Deviant, by the way. Mohammed's asking, Flawless, is Deviant Ole in? So I'll let him give you your overall thoughts on that.
No, I'm not Ole in. I would have preferred him to go maybe at the middle. Maybe the middle of the season, middle of summer. I want to give him the full season because he's not helped the cause as far as I don't like to use the term, but as far as restoring former glories, he doesn't seem to be the greatest option for it. One second. I'm back in a sec.
No worries. But yeah, as you can see there, yeah, so you got your answer there. Big up everyone who's locked in. Like I say, continue to get your questions in as well. Lee Greenwood. Yeah, let me give you your thought. Let me get the thoughts of you lot in the comments. Let me know. Is it Europa League or bust? Does he have to win the Europa League for you to be like, okay, you can stay? And if you would have him stay, if he doesn't, let me know what you would accept. Would you accept I lost in the final? I lost in another semi-final. I lost in the quarterfinal. Like, let me know your thoughts in the comments also. Chris K says, how about all the matches we won on fluke? So I'm guessing he's saying that if we won the competition on fluke, I'm celebrating. I don't care about the how, just win.
Yeah, it's not. Obviously, we would prefer a certain style of play, but if we win the whole thing by fluke, not necessarily, we're not going to win the whole thing by fluke. It's not going to be like it's 0-0 the first game and then we get an own goal the second game and then. I don't know. It's not gonna. I don't think it would be all the way flukes, but yeah, you're right. It doesn't matter how we win as long as we win. It's more. It sounds critical, but it's true. Like when we lose, it's still a loss, but it's about the manner that we lost. If we win, it doesn't matter at all.
Yeah, I hear that. When it comes to cup competitions, I'm not interested in performances. And one thing about Ole is he doesn't do good performances anyway. Even though we're second. Yeah, we don't play well. We don't put in great performances. We're not great to watch. So it's like, just get the win. Aiden here says, Malcolm says, Granada will give us a game, no cap. I don't see it looking at where they are on the table because Real Sociedad was supposed to give us a game and didn't. AC Milan, people are very light on their criticism. If we would have put in the home performance AC Milan did, if roles were reversed and we go to the San Siro in the first leg and draw 1-1, and play them off the park, and then we come to Old Trafford and play the way AC Milan did in that second leg, we get heavily criticized. I thought AC Milan was shocking. Like
I did not expect it was on Milan in it. Like I thought that Milan were going to stroll in. Like we had to score in it. Like that was the thing, and I thought they were going to not pick us apart, but play around a bit, back and forth, try and stretch it out, and just basically not even try and score like properly, but just try and put players out of position and then try and poke it through when it's not on, because it wasn't on them. So
yeah, like they didn't take any onus whatsoever. One sec, fam.
Right. So I'll just talk about the coming up with the Granada game.
Well, yeah, the Granada game. Yeah, it's only a quick one. But yeah, where was we at? Yeah, with Granada. So like AC Milan huffed and puffed, didn't offer much. Real Sociedad was supposed to be flying at that point, didn't really offer much. One thing I've seen with our United fan base, whoever we're playing seems to always be the best of the best. We hype up the opposition. We hyped up AC Milan. AC Milan was shocking in that second leg. We weren't good in the first half. They were awful for both. How many shots did they have in target at home? One. I think it was 1 or 2. The Ibrahimovic header is the only one. All right, let me rephrase that. What chances did they create? If that's us and we only create one chance, we're on our players' necks. Everyone's talking about Zlatan this, Zlatan that. Zlatan got on the pitch and did what? Kessie was very good in the first half. I mean, the first leg. What did he do in the second leg? I just want the same energy, because if that's us performing in that manner, people are critical. We always hype up, so that's why I say Granada will give us a game. I've not seen a lot of Granada, so I am talking a little bit from ignorance, but it's also past. AC Milan was supposed to give us a sick game. They did in the first leg, not in the second. Real Sociedad, the tie was over. Real Sociedad were awful. playing a high line against us. It's like they hadn't watched us before. Aiden saying, Arteta's my management and in-game management lets him down because coaching-wise is good. He does seem to be good coaching. MB says, Pep and Ollie's head-to-head record is more closer than what people make out, to be honest. What I'm saying is at the point when it wasn't close, because I know at the start, early on, Ollie was clear. So that's why I don't really use that as a metric, but that's just me, though. Only when it's to, like, Mourinho with Wenger when it was like 15 games, that's when you can look at it. When you start getting on to 8, 9, 10 games and this manager's not beat this manager, to me, that's having your number. That's just me personally, though. Ronan says, there's no way we lose to Granada, but if we did, it would be hard for me not to be vocal about Ollie moving on. Okay, and Ronan's someone who's a supporter of Ollie as well. So to hear you say that tells you all you need to know. We need to improve our record in cups. I agree with that.
I think obviously we've both been saying like we don't know much about Granada. Like I'm not suggesting we watch Granada, but maybe we should. I don't know.
I'm gonna have a look where they are in the table. Go on, keep going.
Anyone who might, who might give us problems, or because we're just like, oh yeah, these are some team who are below Sociedad. Then like we forget, like we struggled against what's it called? What's that Danish team, Midtjylland or whatever it is?
Well, I'm looking. Yeah, we did struggle. Well, I'm looking here. They're 8th in La Liga. They're 8th, and they're like clear 8th. So if you're going off what it is, they're clear 8th. Say that again.
Who's above them?
Everybody. I'll tell you now. So above them, Villarreal, Betis, Sociedad, Sevilla, Madrid, Barcelona, Atletico Madrid are all above them. And when I say they're 8th, Villarreal in 7th are on 43 points. Granada have 36. They've lost more games than they've won. They're basically the La Liga's version. Yeah.
As soon as I heard you say they've lost more games than they've won, I thought, this is going straight to Arsenal, you know. Straight to Arsenal.
Hey, that was low-hanging fruit, innit? I'm going to take it. That's low-hanging fruit at the end of the day. Arsenal, innit? I'm sorry, innit? I'm not even sorry, actually. Yeah, it's Canada Devil saying he can go even if he wins the Europa. I'm with Canada Devil. I'm with that. I'm saying even if he wins the Europa, go out on a high in it. Say F you to everyone who was Ollie out and bounce after winning 2nd place or 3rd place finish, Europa League win. That's my dream scenario for him, and he can go out like that.
Actually, if he bows out on that, depending on who we get, they've got a good foundation to build on. Whereas if he leaves at the end of the season and they've just gone out in the semi-finals and somehow slipped to 3rd, maybe even, well, no, I don't know if 4th is possible, but then again, it's Ole, so, you know. I think the squad morale, is going to be like, oh, well, we just had this shit season and now someone else is going to come in and whatever. Whereas if we finish 2nd, we push close. Obviously, we can't close the gap unless miracles happen. But if we made an effort, won as many games as possible, not put in lackluster performances, and then won the Europa League final, and then he bowed out, the team would generally feel better and probably would benefit more from having. It probably doesn't matter who comes in, but they would benefit more from having that, and a new manager combined with that would hopefully rejuvenate the squad.
Yes.
In a way that we need, basically.
I'm with you on that. Like, that's my whole scenario. Like, imagine United finish 2nd or 3rd, win the Europa League. He bows out. The squad that you're now leaving are now Europa League winners. They got Champions League. They finish 2nd or 3rd. A new manager can come in. The squad is good and can be improved upon. Imagine you go get a proper operator, an Ancelotti and Allegri. I'm just using these as an example. Nangelsmann. That's a great setup. Like I've said this before, one thing Ollie has done to his credit, the way he has improved his squad is crazy. Like, I actually like this team. If you look at what he inherited and what he's leaving for the next manager, chalk and cheese. Like, he deserves full credit for that. But then again, that's... Go on, fam.
Nah, I was going to say, he has got, like, a better team now, and it's more baffling why we're not doing more with... Like, it's... Fair enough. When he first started, and do you know what I mean? He's had to build his squad, and he had to make it what he wants. Because for obviously, managers play different. If you get a squad, you're not going to be able to you're not necessarily going to be able to implement the style of football. You might think, right, I want to do this, but I need someone who can play who can play as an attacking mid, but also put pace out on the right if necessary. Do you know what I mean? Just as an example. And you're like, right, well, I haven't got that player and I can't turn any of these players that I have into that player. So I need to buy someone who either fits that mold or can be molded into that from another position. So he still had work. He had his work to do first, and now he should be showing results. And the fact that he's not it's baffling.
I want to get to this. Big up AB, who's watching on Twitter. AB, make sure you please hit the retweet button and the like word as well. He says, we have to give him until next season with full backing and fans back. Why? I would say that. Why do we have to give him until next season? And full backing, you're talking about, we know with these owners, it's highly unlikely he's going to get full backing. So you have to get the best out of what you have. And we've already seen he doesn't do that. We've already seen he does not do that. And this is why I am so critical of him, because we spoke on it there about the team being better.
1 second.
Yeah, no worries, fam. Handle business. Mourinho won the Europa League with a worse team. If you don't believe that, to United fans watching, to other fans watching, go Google the team that won the Europa League. Like Valencia at right back, Darmian at left back, Blind and Small in the centre backs. I think Fellaini played up top. Mkhitaryan, Herrera, all these players who people complained and said they're not good enough for Manchester United, they're not Manchester United level, still managed to win 2 trophies. Same with Van Gaal. Same ballers. People say, oh, these players, and I agree to an extent, some of them players aren't good enough, but they won trophies. What did Zlatan say in the interview when he got asked, is this team, Manchester United team, now currently better than the one you was in? He said, yeah, but the difference is we won trophies, and that's the benchmark. This is why nobody can chat to United's treble winning side. And when I say the treble winning side, not only that season, that team and that squad of players, main core, won 3 Premier League titles in a row. That's never been done. The Champions League side, when we won it in 08 with the Premier League and the Champions League, not only did they do that in the same season, they won 3 in a row. There's a levels to this. The reason why Chelsea of 04-05 is so respected is because they won it back to back. The reason why Pep City side is so respected is because they won it back to back. It's all about winning trophies. We've seen what happened with Liverpool. They tried to hype up Liverpool, greatest of all time, and look at him, fell off a cliff. Can't win at Anfield. Can't win everybody. They literally can't chat to Brighton and Fulham and them, man. And that's not even a joke. That's not even a shout to mouth. That's not even a joke. They literally can't. Go on, family.
The funny thing is, like, when I started watching football, it was the big 4 was United, Chelsea, Arsenal, and Liverpool. And that was it. 1 sec, someone's at my door.
Yeah, it's calm. No worries, man. This is Sarcasm City people. You know how it goes. If we hype up the opposition, it's easier to justify if we lose or underperform. Maybe that to an extent. I just like to give credit where credit's due. Because if, as Manchester United, we had Granada's team and Granada had Manchester United's team, we'd be second favourites. We're talking about they've got Rashford, they've got Bruno, they've got Martial, they've got Greenwood, they've got Pogba, they've got Donny, who doesn't even play. They've got Luke Shaw. We'd be talking up all these things, but when it's our players, we don't really do that. And yes, there is deficiencies, but we have a better team. There's a reason they're 8th in La Liga. That's not by accident that they're 8th in La Liga. It's not by accident that there's no danger man whatsoever. MB says, flawless, I worry about Villarreal as well as Emery. Knows our team like the back of his hand, and with his know-how of getting over the line in the Europa League, we will get it. If we get them, it'll be tough. I think it'll be tough. And them reasons there, MB, is why I think you'll go out. And I think that's typical Arsenal fashion, to go out to a former manager who's a Europa League specialist to knock you out of the Europa League, who couldn't win you lot the Europa League. See how that just sells itself? That is just typical Arsenal.
How far did Emery get in the Europa League?
MB will be able to tell us. Arsenal fans will be able to tell us in the comments. Definitely. There is. Ultra Parisian says, flawless, ignore how much Manchester United is a competitive team and one of the hardest teams to play of this year. You're talking about United? I'm guessing you're talking about, United are not as bad as people make out. But because people want to defend this manager, they'll make out like we're absolutely shocking. Are we Champions League, Premier League level? No. Are we 17 points off the top level? Absolutely not. We should be closer to Manchester City. That's what I'm saying. We should be closer to them. There's no way we should be 17 points behind them with the silly points we dropped. People forget we were 6 points clear at the top, or 5 points. And go on.
That's the thing. We were clear. We were a couple of points clear, but we were on top, and that was the chance to put our foot down, and not only because I think people think now, look at United and think they're not what they are, and I think winning the league, going clear, and maybe staying clear at that point would have made people realise that. Do you know what I mean? It's not just we might have fell off, but do you know what I mean? We back, but we couldn't do it.
Yeah, and like that's it. But the thing is, he has been back to a certain extent. How come man have about 150 million to spend and get Maguire, Wan-Bissaka, and Dan James? He could have gotten more than 3 and better players for that amount. And here's the thing, Ali. That's my whole point. Has he been back? Did he get backed fully in the summer? No. But this whole thing, he's not been backed. He spent more money than everybody. People complain about it. I say this all the time. People complain about our defense and say he has to play McFred because the defense isn't good enough. This guy spent the most money on our defense since he's been here, and it's the worst part of our team. Make that make sense. I keep saying this, people, make that make sense. The worst part of our team is where this manager spent the most money. He signed 3 of a back 4. He signed a right back, a left back, and a centre back. Yet our defense has gone backwards, and he has to play 2 DMs. And he plays 2 6s, and Fred and McTominay, whether you think they're good enough or not, is not my argument. They're not 6s. They're both 8s. But when I say this, I'm being negative. No, that's just facts. But nobody wants to hold this man accountable. Nobody wants to hold him accountable. So I hear what you're saying, Ali. I hear that. I hate the idea of the manager needs to be backed. What manager since Fergie has been backed by the board? If you can't make the best out of what you have, you need to go. ACN, you sound like my burner account. I've been saying that for the longest. Make the best out of what you have, the situation you have. That's all you have to do. I'm not saying, go on, fam.
Like when Fergie left, like obviously we didn't have the best squad in the world in like Europe, but we had one of the top squads in the league. Like we won the league that year when Fergie left, didn't we?
Yep, 2013. Yep.
Yeah, because I remember the last game was a shit show, man. That last game was the 5-5 in it, and I just remember thinking like this. But I remember thinking this better not be a sign of things to come, and it turns out that it was. You go for, was it 5-2 or 5-3 against West Brom, and it's like, no, we finished 5-0. That's just
it was 5-0. But yeah, because he made changes. That's why he made changes, because he was just like, all right, we've won the league. Let's give the ManDem a run out. Yeah, Emery got them to the final when he got slapped 4-1 in Baku by Chelsea. Emery got them to a final.
Yeah. So
there you go.
Yeah. So we know he does know how to get there. Then, innit? Like it's not like he's just got like. I think if you got Arsenal to the final, and was that 2 seasons ago? No, 3 seasons ago, now, isn't it?
They'll again refer all the questions to the comments, and they'll be able to tell you when you're unsure.
If I say anything like that, that's addressed to the comment section, please.
There you go, comment section deviant saying that's what it is.
But yeah, so he's been there, and I don't know what the Villarreal squad is like. I don't know if they're like if on paper they look better than the Arsenal squad, or
well, he won 3 in a row, I think, at Sevilla. He won 3 in a row, Europa Leagues. Like, they're Europa League specialists. Like, he's the Europa League manager. Like, he's the guy. Like, 3 in a row. Like, that's very impressive.
So it doesn't. So it's not necessarily. It's not the squad doesn't really matter. Not it doesn't matter, but like he knows what he's doing, and he can just adapt his squad. And obviously, it's just a case of coming up against Chelsea in the final.
That's it. Big up Zane also in the cut who says big up my dons. Hey, you lot, let me check how many likes we're on. Right, we're only on 33 likes, you lot. Get the likes up. Actually, just jump 36. Get us to 40. You know what I'm saying? And that we 48 minutes in, get us to 40. So my thoughts on it in regards to the Europa League, I'll give my thought. If he goes out in the quarterfinals to Granada in any way, shape, or form, he has to go. I would have gone yesterday anyway, but let's just say hypothetically I didn't. He would have to go if we go out to Granada. If he loses another semi-final, you could argue that's worse than losing the quarterfinal, because it's kind of like that's like we were talking about. Has Arteta got Ollie's number? It seems semi-finals have Ollie's number. If we lose 5, you lose 5, and people will say, "Oh well, Klopp lost 5 finals in a row." Yeah, he did, but Klopp had money in the bank. Man won back-to-back Bundesligas with Borussia Dortmund. I'm gonna give you a chance. If Ollie had that on his resume, I'm all about CVs. If Ollie has that on his resume, I'm like, right, you won back-to-back the league, Bundesligas with Borussia Dortmund and you got to a Champions League final with Borussia Dortmund. You know what? You can probably turn this around. Ollie's done nothing of note before this, and he's doing nothing of note during. So there's nothing that makes me go, you can turn this around. The reason why I was so late turning on Mourinho is because the football might not be good. You might be toxic, but one thing you can do is win trophies. Same with Van Gaal. You've won trophy. Yes, win. Van Gaal's won trophy, and they both did with worse squads. Would you say that Ollie has the best squad since Fergie left out of Mourinho, Van Gaal's team? Is this the best squad?
Yeah, probably. Let me think. I'm trying to think. I can't.
Yeah, have a think. Yeah,
can't really remember who Van Gaal had. Was it Rashford? No, Rashford didn't burst on with Van Gaal, did he?
Yeah, it was Van Gaal. He had Di Maria, he had Falcao, the back end of Van Persie, Rooney was there, Blind, Schneiderlin.
See, there was some good and some bad there, then, innit? Like, obviously, Falcao, before Falcao came to United, he was, do you know what I mean? He was good. He weren't, like, he came with a rep that he didn't live up to. Same with Shevchenko.
Sorry, this made me laugh, yo. Yo, Rafi's an idiot. Man said Ollie's flying without wings like Westlife since he got a new deal. I'm taking that. I will quote you on that though. Man said he's flying without wings. Sorry to cut you off. That just made me laugh. Big up Stro in the cut as well. How come Stro you turn up here and Deviant's here? Man's here every week. I barely see you, fam. And we supposed to be boys. But shout out my Don Stro each and every time, innit? You know what I'm saying? I've invited him on the channel multiple times, people. So the fact that you've not seen him, get on Stroh's case in it. Why you've not seen him on Sarcasm City as much as you should have. But that's my done right there. Salute to Stroh.
I was supposed to be doing some sort of Liverpool related thing.
Oh, we're gonna sort that out. We are gonna pattern that. Well, you know what it's like with Sarcasm City. These things, all jokes aside, they do take time. This is why you see shows take so long to come about in it, because I put a lot of thought into them. You know what I'm saying? Look at this. He said, because I love Deviant, that's why I just put up with you. Feelings mutual, fam. The feeling is mutual. I love Deviant too, and I just put up with you, fam. It is. But yeah, Noah's saying here, Tyler Blackett, Evans, Van Persie, Rooney, Rashford, Martial. But yeah, that's my point is, all right, so let's debate it. Let's say for argument's sake, Ollie does have a better, more balanced team than those two, which I think he does. They win trophies. Van Gaal won a trophy. Mourinho won 2 trophies. You need to win a trophy. And Ronan says it here. Where is it? Let me find it now. About the board saying, yeah, here it is. He says, board has already said they are basing his new deal on winning a trophy this season. The reason why I don't pay attention to this board, because if you remember the last manager with Mourinho, they gave him a new deal in the summer and then sacked him 3 months later. I do not pay attention to this board. I don't pay them no mind. I don't pay attention to their press releases. I don't pay attention to who's in new positions. I don't pay attention. If they said, right, we're going to attack it and give Ollie a war chest and spend 500 million in the summer, I would pay it no mind. Same way if they said, we have no money, we've been hit by the pandemic, we're going to spend 50 million. I pay these man no mind whatsoever. Same way I pay Ollie no mind. I don't listen to his press conferences at all. The only time I find out is when I'm on shows. When we do shout out to rants, when we do Red Talk, that's when I found out what Ollie said. Because what he says tells me all about his mentality. And I'm like, why am I sat here? Why would I sit there, watch your press conference to get annoyed, whether it's pre-match or post-match? I got no time for you whatsoever. But yeah, that being said, even if we don't win it, he has to go. And I don't think he has a leg to stand on. I think people who are Ollie in and people who back him don't have a leg to stand on. We're favorites for this. To me, do you agree even though you don't think we'll win it, do you think we're the favorites? Are we the best team on paper?
On paper, yeah.
Okay, that ties into my point then. The only reason why, and correct me if I'm wrong here, you don't think we'll win it is because of the manager.
It's because, because we should have been doing more from the start. And the fact that, like I say, we've become dull. Like, there's no unique United style of play anymore. There's like, when you used to watch football, like, do you know what? Yeah, when you and Ryan were talking about Champions League being on ITV back in the day, that, like, when I was in school, that used to be the shit, man. I used to come home, soaps would be on, like, right, sack them off, get the Champions League on. All lives that was the shit. Like, you watching Galatasaray and shit like that, like that was, and you would see it. United would play with a certain style of play. It wouldn't just be a little, like, they wouldn't roll the ball out to the keeper, try and play out from the back for like 10 passes or whatever. It'd be up, people trying to run, pass it up. They wouldn't be just wasting time. doing, and especially when it gets to 0-0 and 75 minutes in, you'd see suddenly everyone's pushing forward. Like people are like defenders are near the halfway line trying to make sure that if the ball comes out, it's gonna go back in. But now it's like it can be the 90th minute and the defenders are like just near the edge of the box, maybe walking forward a bit and then walking back.
I hear that. And MB says Fergie won league titles with players I wouldn't exactly call ballers like Cleverly, Bebe, Welbeck, and Fletcher, etc. So Ollie have a leg to stand on with the not being back talk? And that's my point. There's this myth, and I keep saying the same shit over and over again, that you have 22 world-class ballers in your squad. Not ever. You can go through any title winning side of the whole Premier League era. Go back to 92 up until 2021 now with City winning. There's at least 4 to 5 players in each one of those squads that are not Premier League title winning standard. But you know what you do? Make the most out of it. We've seen it with Pep now. Let me reiterate this. They currently don't have a striker. Aguero's played like 80 minutes or something crazy, like 120 minutes all season. And Gabby Jesus is not good enough, and that's why he's not played. They've been playing with a false 9. They don't have a left back. They've been playing an attacking midfielder at left back, and they're 17 points clear. They have Rodri, who's a good player, don't get me wrong, but he's not Fernandinho level. And then let's take it down the road I can't believe I'm using these as an example. Look at Liverpool. They won a Premier League and a Champions League in back-to-back seasons. Look at their midfield. Fabinho's world class, I'll give you that. Minus that, nobody's touching their midfield. Henderson, Wijnaldum, the Ox, Keita. Who's taking these, man? Just hella, like JV says, just devil midfield, hella sixes. Everyone's a 6, just 6. Nobody's taking that. Deviant, tell me I'm lying. If the Ox, Henderson, Keita, you get me, came up on the market, Wijnaldum, who's taking these, man? If United sign one of those 4 tomorrow, our fan base is kicking off. Imagine we were like, yeah, we're going to sign Ox, we're going to challenge for the Premier League.
That's like Sunderland, Brighton, maybe. I don't know. I don't know.
That's my point. And add on to the top of that, they have a number 9 who doesn't score goals. He's called Firmino no goals. He's renowned for not scoring goals. So not only do they not have no 10s, they have a 9 who doesn't score goals. They have a right back in Trent. They have a right back in Trent who's not the best defensively, but we're only figuring that out now. Klopp's system was so good, only now are people questioning his defensive attributes. It's not like all of a sudden he just can't defend. It's no, because Klopp put him in a system, and Trent's quality, don't get me wrong, but he's put him in a system that's helped him out. So when people are like, oh, United need a number 9, well, the last 2 winners of the Premier League, so you're adding in Liverpool and City this season, haven't had a number 9 that scored goals. So Jesus, because all he needs everything in it. He needs Brazilian Ronaldo in his prime. That's what he needs. Serious. Get what I'm saying in that? We've just seen Liverpool, City are going to win the league this season without a number 9. Jesus has got, I think, 7 goals in the league. Firmino probably scored, I doubt he probably hit double figures. I know he went a whole calendar year without scoring at Anfield.
Wow.
Make that one make sense. He went their number 9 went a whole calendar year without scoring a goal at Anfield. And then man won a Champions League and a Premier League in back-to-back seasons. So you going to tell me with Martial, Cavani, Greenwood, Rashford and Bruno that Ollie can't do more? People are like, get Haaland. What's Haaland going to do with no service? I've said this. We were chasing the game against Leicester. Let me put this into perspective, people. Chasing the game against Leicester. FA Cup quarter-final. The manager makes 4 subs. They're all like for like. Doesn't change the game. Cavani comes onto the pitch as our number 9. Deviant, you probably know the answer to this because you probably watched one of the show. But in 26 minutes, our number 9 had 7 touches. Chasing the game. 7 touches in total. You know how many touches he had in the box? 1.
I was just about to say 1, maybe.
What is he supposed to do? And that's not on Cavani. You're going to tell me Cavani's not that bad, but you know. I always use that point simply just to put it into perspective to people that you don't have everything. As good as Pep is, they have a number 10 playing at left back. I didn't know that Zinchenko wasn't a left back until JV told me. I seen him play left back so much, I thought he was a left back. And he's like, no.
I didn't even know until I think yesterday. Did you say it yesterday?
I would have said it yesterday. Yeah. I would have said it yesterday.
And I was like, oh, okay.
Man plays as a number 10 for his national team. Not a 6 or an 8. A number 10. Man has a number 10 playing at left back. But we have Shaw and Tellers, but can't get the most out of Tellers. Is not good enough according to some. He's average.
He's not always. I'm not gonna say, oh yeah, he's world class, but he is a good player. Like he has been. And as for Shaw's he was hit and miss. He seems to be having a very, very, very good season, but I don't know where it's come from. I don't know if it's going to continue. Like, but I'm pretty sure we were on his case. Like, I'm pretty sure when you was on like Phil Jones, I am posting memes of Phil Jones lay on the grass and shit and chasing after air and stuff. After him, it became Luke Shaw because he wasn't performing either. He weren't doing enough, and he seems to have decided he wants to do more. And I feel like the players need, like it is down to manager because the players could do more. You can see that they could do more. They just choose not to put 100% in the game from start to finish, and there's a reason for that. It's like when you go to work, yeah, and you know when your manager is a knobhead. And you go to work, and your manager is like, oh, you stink of smoke, whatever, and then you go out. It's like, oh, where's the fact just being a knobber? You think I don't like this place. It doesn't matter that you get on well with. Oh, you could have all bands with every single one of your colleagues. Yeah, you're not gonna like being at work because your manager's a knobhead. Whereas if some of your colleagues are knobheads, but your manager's cool, and you can say, look, this guy, yeah, you can't file them papers properly. You can't cross the ball. You can't. Do you know what I mean? If you can go to your manager and say that, and your manager will go, "All right, I'll take that under advisement, or I'll speak to him, or whatever," then you're not gonna get far. But if if you can take that to your manager, and your manager takes that on board, then something might happen. And I think that people probably say stuff to Ole, like the players say, "Oh, maybe like." Someone's whatever. Like some people probably complain about Bruno for giving the ball away, and Ollie probably just says, "Oh yeah, it doesn't matter." It's like you can't say it doesn't matter that your guy gives the ball away. It's not like he's keep giving the ball away that leads to goals, but you're giving the ball away consistently, and people are still assuming the sun shines out your ass. I didn't know about Bruno Fernandes until I heard we were going to sign him, innit?
Yeah.
And when I seen him, I seen bits and thought, he seems all right. He doesn't seem like the guy that the hype was about. I could see he was good, but I didn't get why it was, we're going to get Bruno, I didn't know why we were like that because I'm not going to say he's not an average player, but he's not shown his best. He's shown moments, but he's not shown his best, like, consistently. He might show it for 2 games, maybe 3, and then those 3 games are still littered with missed passes. So,
Now I hear your point. Now exactly what you're saying. Exactly what you're saying. And Ultra says his national team sucks. Yeah, but that adds into my point. I'm not saying Zinchenko's a star. I'm saying Zinchenko is not good. I don't rate him highly like that. I'm not saying he's not good. I don't rate him highly, but Pep is getting the most out of him. And yeah, Ronan Shaw Shawberto Carlos thoroughly deserves his place. He's been out here doing bits. He has. Big up Idowu, who says, big up, man. Big up to you. Big up to everyone who's locked. Like I said, continue to get the likes up. Continue to subscribe to the channel. Also, MB again says, get them likes up, folks. Share the video across all the socials. Join the membership and check out the links in the description. Yes, all the links for the membership, the SoundCloud, the Spotify, the iTunes are all in there. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell. Roll to 2,500 subscribers on Sarcasm City TV. We'll do a mini party when we hit that. And in 3K, we'll do something major. I don't know what. Malcolm says, make sure. Go on, fam.
I was going to say, to add to that, just subscribe to all the featured channels as well. So when you click on the Sarcasm City podcast, it takes you to the YouTube page. It'll say featured channels, which has got Jan City's channel, Aaron's channel, Saeed's channel, and some others. So yeah, subscribe to all the featured channels as well.
And speaking of that, he said, make sure to check out Saeed TV, new video out now. Yeah, Saeed out here doing big bits, and he's rebranded. Getting sponsored by the Big Six. He out here, man. Salute to my Don Saeed each and every time. So yeah, make sure you subscribe to his channel and check out that new video also. You lot continue to get your questions in. See, you're saying, I won't say he's a bum, but this is my point. Nah, Zinchenko was a bum, just Pep made him look good. Get the most out of it. That's what I'm saying. He's getting the most out of a limited player. No one's saying Zinchenko's world class. You signing, is he even top 5 left backs in the country, in the league? I don't think he is.
He's just a solid replacement, isn't he?
That's my point. I'm saying I think Shaw's better than him. That's 1. I think Robertson, even though he's been poor, is better than him. That's 2. I think Digne's better than him. That's 3. Who else we got? I'm trying to think. I think Chilwell's above him. That's 4. I even rate Chilwell like that.
Is he at Chelsea? No, not Chelsea.
Chelsea. Yeah, he's at Chelsea. Yeah. Chilwell's better than him. That's 4.
I think I've seen him a couple of times actually. He's all right.
Yeah. So Saeed's on United Sauce and Wings later too, or Dom's channel is worth a look. Yeah, man, big up Don, yeah. United Sauce and Wingers, man. Check out that channel. I've been on a couple of videos with him too on other people's channels, definitely. But yeah, Saeed moving everyone at the winner's circle, man. I call us the Avengers because everyone out here just winning, just doing their thing. You know what I'm saying? And like we all have our separate shows. It's like Avengers have their separate movies. This is my movie, you know what I'm saying? And that's how I'm saying it's separate, but then we'll join together and then just do an Avengers film. And it's when we all link up, it's mad. You know what I'm saying? And imagine when lockdown's over, the content we're gonna give you, lot.
Oh, mate.
Imagine the content. Ooh, imagine the content when we do. I'm hoping United make the final just so I can get a place and get us all together in the same room. Obviously, Deep, and I'll shout you as well and just do a live watch along with all the ManDem for the final. Yeah, be absolutely not. See? So yeah, Zinchenko was not even a left back. Pep's been playing him out of position. He plays in midfield for Ukraine. That's my point. If United had Zinchenko on the Ollie, we'd be talking about we need a left back. We don't have a left back. He's playing an attacking midfielder at left back. Blah blah blah. But Pep's doing it, and they're winning the league.
Yeah, he's doing more with it. Like,
yeah,
I reckon this might sound, might sound wild, but I reckon Pep could play at least half of the team out of position. Like he could play a whole defensive midfielder as an attacking midfielder, so on and so forth. Play 5 players out of position and still win 5 games simply because he knows what he's doing. And even if those players are out of position, they know how to play. They play a certain way. It's like I think Jan City said it. It doesn't matter who's playing. City play a certain way.
Yeah, and facts.
Like not most teams, but some teams do that. And United used to have that. There used to be a United style of play that just isn't there anymore. And it's more. Ole should know about that style of play because he used to be a frigging part of it. He did. Back to therapy now. He was a freaking part of he knows what playing like United actually means because he was the basis of playing like United, and he doesn't know it anymore. He wants us to play like I don't know what because I've watched different games this season and I don't see the same. Obviously, you're going to change your tactics for a match, but I don't see the teams playing the same in different games. Like I watch them play. Aside from the fact that they all play terribly, like I don't watch. Apart from the fact they all play terribly, I don't watch them play in the Premier League and go, all right, cool. And then you see them in the Europa League and think, why that they're playing like a different team now. Like half the team are running away from the ball. The other half are like just tentatively trying to nudge it forward a little bit. We just like it's one of them. Like, I don't want to
get it off your chest, fam. Now that's what we're here for, man. Get it off your chest. Don't hold this in. You need to get this off your chest.
Like it's all about the style of play and using what we have. It's not like we're trying to operate with like Watford strikers and Brighton defenders. Like we are United players. The players who are at United are of the quality to be there at the club Manchester United. Why aren't they performing like it?
I hear you. You preaching to the choir. I've been saying this for the longest. You know what I'm like. Me and you spoke off air about this type of thing. You already know what it is, fam. You already know.
No, I know. I just don't. This is one of the reasons why I don't tend to talk about it because this happens.
Yeah, man. You know what? Sometimes you just have to get it off your chest. It's better out than in, man.
You know the Phil Mitchell heel film where he's like, I've got nothing left. That's how I feel like with one. I'm trying to find enthusiasm for my team, but I've got none left. That's how it.
EMBLFC, yeah. I've said that before. It's fact, I'm there now. I am broken, man. I've got nothing left. I just need Phil Mitchell next to me here, hugging me. That's it. It's a wrap. It is. I have no hope. Go on, fam.
Be better in it, like, and I can only see it happening with a change of manager, because obviously we've gone downhill since Fergie, and we got someone who was appointed on the back of Fergie. Like, nobody thought that was a good decision, but it was Fergie in it, so people were just like, oh, let's see what happens. And we got Van Gaal, and then we got Jose, and we're like, you know.
I love how you just skipped over Moyes. We just skip over that like it didn't happen.
Yeah, he was a stand-in, but he wasn't worthy in the first. When Fergie announced he was leaving, Moyes was not a million miles near the conversation until Fergie went, Moyes. Like, nobody would have said, oh yeah, David Moyes. Like, no. Nobody would have said that, but because that's what Fergie wanted, and people were like, well, you know, in all fairness, like, it was probably he did deserve it, but I don't think it was the right decision. Like, he did so much for United that, yeah, if someone should have said, though, like, are you sure you want David Moyes? Like, are you sure that's your guy? Because unless his goal was to purposefully sabotage the club and go like, listen, no manager will ever achieve the status that I got at this club, because you're going to get a shit guy and you're going to downgrade, and then you might upgrade.
And David, you out here getting me grilled in it. One of my people supports Watford, and they're just on my case because you said Watford strikers and that. Yo, I gotta pull you up. Please apologize, fam. Get me out of the shit. Please apologize.
All right, I will apologize, and I'll tell you, right, the reason why I might have brought Watford up is
don't go any further, fam. Just apologize. All right, cool.
I'm going to apologize, which I'm sorry for bringing Watford into it.
Yeah, thank you.
A while ago, my missus was watching EastEnders, and there was a United cushion in the soap, and I was like, if United are playing a London team this weekend, we're going to get beat. I don't know how I got that logic, but I looked, and we were playing Watford, so I put the bet on Watford to beat us, and Watford beat us.
Oh, right, okay.
Them same Watford strikers, them, man.
Yeah.
So, you know, when things like that happen, I don't bet against United. I rarely, but you know, when you get them little intuitive feelings and you think this is going to happen. When I see a United cushion pop up in a London soap, that's suspect to me. So I was like, yo, if they're playing a London team, they're going to lose. They were, and they did.
Yeah. So, all right, cool. I just had to clear that up because I just got a message in it. So
I'm sorry.
Thank you. See that, Deviant? That's why you're a real one, fam. Man didn't question him. Man was like, yo, I got your back. Appreciate that, innit? You lot get the likes up as well on the video.
Catch strays, innit? I wasn't meaning to shoot shots. I was just saying it. And
yeah.
I got to apologize.
Yeah. See that. So we apologize. I apologize for laughing too. You know what I'm saying? Let me see what's going on. Yeah. But yeah, blessed for that, fam. Appreciated. You know what I'm saying? Blessed for that. Much appreciated. Here we go. Kind of Devil says Deviant just casually walks in Sir Alex's office and asks him if Moyes is really his man. Is right. I love how you skip over that. We skip over Moyes. That Moyes are really like we skip over Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift. It's like it didn't happen. It's one of them. It's one and the same. You know what I'm saying?
He should someone should have double checked it though. Like, and even if they double checked, like you know this guy, right? You know, you don't have any other people you want us to push in, like. Just David Moyes? Okay.
Just David Moyes. Big up Daniel who says, big up the panel. How's everyone? Yeah, man, we blessed in that.
All good, man. All good.
Yeah, Chris K saying, I was born in 74. I watch United since 86. If Ollie gets an extension, I'm done with football. Here's the thing. All right, so give us your thoughts on that. If he does get an extension, to you, does it change anything?
Honestly, no, because like you said, the board, as much as, you know, we'll see that they take the piss and like they might not listen, but when they want something done, when they want a manager gone, he's gone, innit? Like you said, Jose was it 3 months after he got his contract?
Yeah, something like that. I swear he was gone in like November.
It was a short thing, innit?
Yeah.
So as Ollie had, is this his first full season or his second full season? It's his first, innit? No, it's his second.
It feels so long, fam. I don't know, innit? It's just dragged. I have no idea. It's dragged, fam.
Because I'm thinking, if this is if this is his second, no, it can't be. I think if this is his second full season, because obviously he got brought. It were at the start of the season. He got brought in.
It was halfway through, and then he had
mid-season to be the caretaker, and then he got given the job permanently. Yeah.
I don't even know, and like I said, because this has just been one of them sagas that is just, I've just not enjoyed it. It's like the length of a Dragon Ball Z saga, but just not enjoyable. You know what I'm saying? And that, you know what I'm saying? It's like the Namek saga or some shit, but just not enjoyable. You know what I'm saying? And that. That's
honestly, I don't know Dragon Ball. That's one thing.
Oh yeah, you're not a Dragon Ball Z fan. I forgot.
Ball, wrestling and anime, and there's something else that everyone's like, oh yeah, and I'm like, I don't know nothing about that. The only thing I know is Afro Samurai, and obviously,
okay, fair enough.
That shit's hilarious though.
Yeah. Ollie will be gone by Christmas unless he massively overachieves again. That's why I'm not paying no. When people are wilding out about his contract, I don't think. Yeah, go on.
At this point, how can he overachieve? He's second, trailing behind City, we're running away with it, and we're in the Europa League. We've just gone out of the FA Cup to Leicester, and what by Christmas nothing could be won. So how could he overachieve?
That's a fair point. That's a fair point.
The only way he could overachieve is if City slip up and we get top of the league, because no one is expecting that.
Yeah, no one's saying, what is overachievement now? Because the thing is, FFP, they're saying FFP, I don't know if it's been confirmed. You lot let me know in the comments that it's been abolished. So that means Chelsea are going to go mad. City are going to go mad.
Financial fair play.
Yeah, financial fair play, has been abolished. So City are going to go again. Chelsea are going to go again. Liverpool will be back.
Oh, my God.
We could be in trouble. Can we
not just have it for one more season, please?
Yeah, so basically, let's say watch us finish 5th, LOL 2nd. I don't think 2nd's guaranteed, but I think we finish in the top 4. I think we finish in it simply because everyone is not that good around us. Like, there's so many silly points dropped. So that's why it is. And you lot get us to 50 likes as well, man, before we close out the show. Because we are closing out the show shortly. JB says big up to Mr. Flawless. Big up to you also. You know what I'm saying? Anything you want to add, Deviant, before we dip? I think that's that.
No, we've not got no matches coming up now, have we? Because of international football. Is it international football?
It is international break, but what we'll do is just run through the United fixtures when we're back. So we do have Brighton at home. What's your thoughts on it? You see us winning, losing, etc., etc.
I can see us winning that, but I can see Welbeck getting his goal.
Okay,
I can see Welbeck getting his goal and just saying, yeah, you know, like I think he should have been given more time in the squad. There's a good few players that I think we should have kept, and Welbeck is one of them. I think that his ability, like he's at Brighton now, yeah. Do you know what I mean? He's gone downhill, but this is how he's been at Arsenal and whatever. Like if he'd have stayed at United and maybe fought in the team, I think he could have done a lot more. But because he wasn't exactly bad, but yeah, that's by the by. Anyway, I think we'll get Brighton. I think we'll do him, but I think Welbeck.
We'll run through the fixtures. So we got Brighton at home is the 4th of April. That's Sunday, the 4th of April after international break. Then the first leg against Granada, where you're saying United win, draw. Granada win away. It's in Spain, I presume. Yeah, I'm presuming it's in Spain.
Yeah, they're not doing that thing where they change the venues.
Did we play Sociedad? I cannot remember. Did we play Sociedad? Was it in Spain? I swear it was in Spain. Was it a neutral venue?
I think it might have been neutral. I don't know.
Right. Well, yeah, we're away to them anyway.
I think we'll either edge it. I reckon we'll win it away, and then we'll just have to deal with it at home.
All right, cool. So you reckon win away, and then in between that we got Spurs away in between the Granada ties. What are you saying?
Honestly, I can see that being a draw.
You just got drop written all over it. And then after the second leg against Granada, 2 days later, they're going to have to change that still, because it's saying here we play Granada at home on the 15th and then Burnley at home on the 17th. But yeah, Burnley at home. We always struggle against these lot at home as well.
I know. I reckon that's going to be a fucking one of them 0-0 draws. One goal is in it, or a 0-0 draw. Like United and Burnley have a thing with low scoring games.
I hear that. Okay, and the last game in April away to Leeds United. What are you saying?
I reckon we could do that. We had did we beat them at home this season?
Yeah, we battered them. Yeah. I think it was 5-2, 6-2. McTominay scored, you get me, like twice, wouldn't you get me, doing the long range knee slides and that, you get me, giving it that drug back. I love that. Giving it the drug, but giving it the drug,
Drogba was different, man. Like, I did hate him because he played for Chelsea. Like, he was good, but I used to like, nah, fuck him. Like, but nah, I reckon we'll do Leeds as well. Easy one, hopefully.
Okay. All right. So you don't see any losses on the horizon, which is good. That's very good. Ravi says flawless. Ever since we said to Jan to use her mic, she definitely couldn't stop using it every stream. That's good, man. That's what it's there for. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's there for. Big up Ryan, who's absolutely hyping up Graham Potter as he always is.
Do you know what? Yeah, I hope that Klopp has an absolute shitter. Liverpool sack him and that they get Potter next.
Yeah, I hope they get Potter.
I would love to see how quickly Ryan's tune changes, because he was saying last night how he doesn't want Gerrard near the club, because if Gerrard managed the club and whatever, he'd be the first to say like Gerrard out. So I know it'd hurt him to have to say Graham Potter out of Liverpool. So yeah, I want that for him.
Yeah, definitely, without question. Let me see, are we even on 50? Yes, we have gone over 50. Salute to you lot. We have gone over 50 likes. Make sure. So someone asked as well, I can't find it. Yes, here it is. Kind of Devil says flawless. You got any other shows today? So yes, on the Sarcasm City channel, 9:30 p.m. Walk to the Octagon podcast. They're previewing the UFC 260 card. I don't know the names of the guys because I don't know UFC whatsoever. But yes, the UFC 60, whatever the big fight is, let me try and find it. Even if I find their names, I can't pronounce their names. But yes, 9:30, they're previewing the UFC 260 card. And then 11 p.m., big fights, big nights only is back. So actually, yeah, Walk to the Octagon, that would be Beans and Lindrix, those two. You know what I'm saying? Doing the Walk to the Octagon podcast. And then 11 p.m., we're doing the White versus Povetkin 2 preview. So that'd be JK, Beans, Lindrix, and myself. That's at 11 p.m. And then in just over half an hour, you can catch me on Rance's channel, Red Talk, doing it with my Duns, Rance and Aaron. And then at 9 p.m., you can catch me on United Real Therapy on Nuruddin's channel. Busy day, man. We don't stop. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, there's an upcoming live stream section. I say this all the time on the YouTube page. There's an upcoming live stream section, so you can check out the upcoming live stream. So yeah, 9:30, you've got Walk to the Octagon podcast, UFC 260 preview, Lindrix and Beans. Then 11 p.m., White versus Povetkin 2 preview, big fights, big nights only. Myself, JK, Beans, and Lindrix discussing that. Go on, Deviant. Was you going to say something?
No, I was just looking around. My cat's making noise. I'm just looking around.
Here's what it is. But yeah, let them know. MV, stop you trying to get man in trouble and that. MV really trying to think. Go on, let them know where they can find you and what you've got going on. And then we'll move out from the show.
I'm on Twitter. I don't use it. I don't use it at all. But I am making an effort. JDT_Deviant. I'm pretty much only on Facebook. You see the name in the comments, Jazz Devante Thomas. I just post shit occasionally.
Any battles coming up? Any music coming up?
I've been I've been trying to get some material sorted out. I need to speak to the producer of the track that I found, because he's a French producer. I found this beat and I thought, let me pour some like therapeutic pain out onto it. And I like the sound
United.
of it. Yeah, I liked it. That's because of you. That I weren't going to say that. And you know, this has been therapy. You know, I feel worse.
You feel better, innit?
Yeah,
that's what
I feel worse inside, but I feel better in general.
Yeah, because you know why? Because you realize we all suffering together, including myself. That's why. But we
I don't have to suffer in silence no more.
Yeah, man, you don't suffer in silence, innit? That's what it was. But yeah, love. Yeah, it's good to know she's blessed and Ryan in it. But like I said, make sure you check out previous shows as well. So we had Agenda FC yesterday. What other show did we have yesterday? Oh yeah, and the Sarcasm City Sports Q&A, the midweek one for the members. But yeah, and also this show and all the other shows are available in audio only. So if you want to listen while you're cooking, like Ryan's and like Harris said on ManDem United, you want to listen while you're driving, you want to listen while you're at work, like Deviant does, you might want to listen to the audio and not get it wherever you listen to podcasts. You might not want to have YouTube open, because you know it sucks hella data when you're on the move as well. SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes, just type in Sarcasm City TV. You know what I'm saying? And that, make sure you type it in. And there's playlists for every show. So if you're just a fan of ManDem United, this might be your favorite show playlist. You might like the Q&A. You might like Gunnar Talk. You might like Walk to the Octagon. You might like Big Fights. You might like the new show, What's Politicking You Off, the politics show. You know what I'm saying? With that all-star lineup is all-star. I don't even know about politics, but the all-star lineup is is ridiculous that you see on there. And that's fortnightly. And we're going to add more shows as well. We're not going to stop, people. We're going to continue to add more shows. And yes, this has been the ManDem United podcast on Sarcasm City TV. Thank you very much for tuning in.